Hi everyone, episode 2 here. Hi Ziwa.
Hi, baby.
Hi Mrs.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, happy
I've seen you
Valentine's.
quite enough. Happy New Year, Mrs.
Happy New Year to you
How's
too.
it been?
It's
Newlywed?
been fine.
From my experience as an events planner, and since they're always on my team, professionalism, customer care, top notch, I always keep time until Ziwan Faith, 5:30 a.m., 5. Then the elevator, 5 a.m. Then the elevator. So I really don't take it for granted, and please never change. I'm begging you.
We want. We're just
So
getting better.
yeah, how has it been?
It's nice working with people who understand the dynamics of the industry, like beauty industry, makeup, events, and everything. And I think you've carried that well. Getting into it, you're calm. You're not shouting at us in the morning.
And you always have beautiful
Yeah,
plans.
you're always,
Oh, Ziwa.
and you're always recommending. You
Yes.
bring in the money. So yeah, it's been
Beautiful.
it's been
experience.
beautiful working with you.
From your experience, both of you, since you're both in the beauty industry and you're both beauty vendors, what misunderstandings do you see in this industry with clients?
Clients and their vendors.
Yes.
I think for the most part it's miscommunication and unmanaged expectations from both ends. Yeah, but for the most part it's the communication that gets it.
For my case, if I'm to chip in, it's mostly my misunderstandings usually come from like you mentioned, misunderstandings, miscommunication, but mostly from relatives or clients who are not part of the deal.
Yeah.
Because your client will come in and deal with you, and then afterwards, on the real
They
day,
hand over.
then you have the handover to somebody, a total stranger, and the total stranger is doing exactly
completely different.
from
Completely
what we
different.
had initially agreed with the bride. But then also remember, because we're in service, you have to also take care of them and
You have to
To
cater to
blend in.
every-
Yes. It's usually just from that. And then also maybe also from I think anxiety from clients, because you understand when it's your wedding day, you don't know everything. A lot is happening, and it's always your first time to have a wedding, so people never know how to manage their emotions. So it's mostly from the clients' emotions and the extra
The extra.
clients.
Have both of you had an encounter where a client is like on the D-Day and they switch up in the morning? They're like, you know what?
I don't want this anymore.
My mood, I don't want this look anymore. This hair, I don't feel like this anymore. The makeup, Faith, I think this look is.
Yeah, actually I've had that quite a number
Really?
of times, yeah. But it
How do you
never
handle
comes
that?
it never comes from the bride. That's the other thing.
Oh,
So you need to
really?
you need to be in a space where you understand that she's in an emotional space.
Okay.
So whatever comment is being thrown around rubs off strongly on her in that moment and time. So you need to understand that it's not her, it's everyone else. So you mostly focus on the person you're working with. Like, I'll focus
True.
on the bride.
Since it's
How are
her
you
day.
feeling? Do you want to take people out of the room? Do you want us to go through this look again?
Overwhelming,
Yeah,
overstimulation.
it's over. Yeah. So like they usually have so many people around them that are overstimulating them, telling them, "Oh, I think let's change this." They want to
Being opinionated.
yeah, they want to
Yes.
impose their vision on
True.
her, and it's not even their day.
But the good news is we've gone through all this, so we know how to handle it, and also we're very understanding and very accepting, because it's very understandable. Everyone has to have an opinion, because it's like when you have a matron. Sometimes a matron woman wants to act like
Like
she's
she's the-
acting, like she's in charge. Yes. So she always wants to have an opinion, even if it's wrong or right. But the good thing is we've always managed to handle them, because we also expect them. So it's not a problem for us.
So from the perspective of events planners, we've had issues with the vendors and not accepting the concept of contracts. And that's one thing I've been trying to emphasize on this contracts. So I do not know what, because to me I feel like if a vendor is not accepting a contract, that's a red flag to me, because you're going to kill my name, my brand.
Yeah.
You go, yes, I may have known Ziwa and Faith working with people for a long time, and you feel like something won't go wrong. Do you get what I mean? So there are vendors who they're like, but Martha, I've worked with you for a long time. Do I really need to sign a contract? Why now? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's always that one time when things are going to go south.
So yeah, and you need something.
And you
blending.
need something, and of course, the bride is not going to come to you and the groom or the parents that are catering for the event. They're still going to come back to Because it's me who outsourced the both of you.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the contract thing that is really coming with the vendors not accepting this? I don't know what both of you think.
I don't think it's been a culture, to be honest. First of all, our industry, I don't think even the people that are in the industry, they didn't come from a space of taking it seriously as a business. They don't know that, we're handling large sums of money, and for anything to happen, a contract needs to be present. But it's not a culture we've embraced, mostly in our business arena. So I think it's new, but I also feel like it's something people have to ease into. Most vendors have to ease into, because when you tell a vendor now that they have to sign a contract for something, they feel like something will go wrong. They'll
that's the first thing. What comes to their mind is because whenever I tell them, like, you know what, you need to sign this and this, and immediately like, I'm like, no, seriously, I'm not taking you to court. I'm like, but it's because of this and this and this, something can come up. Emergencies can come up. And there's nothing you're going to do about it. But if there's a contract, it's just going to simplify everything. But what comes to their mind is court. And money. I'm going to be sued. That is what comes to their minds.
Weighing on that though, personally, I have mixed feelings about the contract thing. Here's the thing.
You're one of the people who have asked, so
but I don't mind signing contracts because I know I'm going to deliver. Because I already have a gentleman's agreement. That's always the first thing. And then also because I'm running a business, I don't want to disappoint my business. I don't want to ruin my name. I don't want to ruin everything. Right. And then also, when someone has paid for something, I want to give them exactly what they asked for. However, when it comes to contracts, even in the salon itself, we no longer give contracts to our employees because, I'll give you an example. If an employee wants to leave and then they're under contract obligation and they have to wait when it's done, the client is going to, whether the stylist is going to chase away clients because they won't be doing a good job. So you'd rather just let them have the freedom to just do what they want, because the kind of work we do is more about passion. Passion, yes. So if your space is not into that, if your heart is not there, and then you force people to have contracts, still they won't deliver. And then also, let's be honest, if you give me a contract and I signed it, and then I don't deliver, you've already ruined the client's thing, the wedding day, haven't I? So even if you take me to court, still you've already ruined a client's thing. So I'm 50-50 about contracts, because I think the best thing to do is look for people who are passionate about the service and the delivery.
I think clients are always looking at it in the more of, when clients talk about it, safety, refund, policy.
But also, remember, you only have one wedding day in the world.
But when they have something back from Ziwa, they're like, you know what, I didn't give him back his balance, at least I'm safe.
But I still ruined your day. You understand? You get it? So it's never about the contract. Because even if the contract took me to court and you sue me for billions and billions of money, your day has been ruined. So it's more of looking for people that are passionate about.
That is going to be
yes, it's going to be forever.
It's going to be forever.
So one vendor can ruin the bride's wedding day. Just because you have a contract, it's not 100% guaranteed that you're going to get a good day.
Yes. Faith, congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You had an event. Flowers. You had an events planner on your event. And what was your experience working with one?
One, I think they're necessary. I think every bride to be, you need an events planner, you need a wedding planner. You need someone that's going to see it from your point of view and not from your family's point of view or your siblings. You need someone who is like clear-minded, like, this is your vision, I'm just going to top up on this, not change it. So I think they're necessary. What I think they would work on though, because what happens on the wedding and days leading up to the wedding, it's too personal for the bride, and like everything that's happening is like, you need someone that will hold you down, but also not, basically client confidentiality. Yeah, true. I think it's top.
See,
it's
my
necessary. It's very.
I agree.
Contract.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's top. Like if that got through it, like if if it wasn't in play, everything, like your day can easily be ruined. Also, you need someone that is able to talk to your relatives, give them what they think they want, fill in that gap, manage them basically, and don't let you have to,
still come in and you have to prove a point.
Be nice, and because you're the bride now, you have to embrace, like, take in everyone's opinions, your uncles, your relatives. So you need someone that will bridge that gap for you, but also not put you at the forefront to be attacked. Like
Sure.
you cannot be the bad person. You need someone that's willing to be the bad
cop.
person on
Bad
your
cop.
on your
Because
behalf.
it's
yeah.
our role to always be the bad,
Bad cop.
the bad cop all the time.
Getting paid for that.
Yeah, so I genuinely love events. I love wedding planners. I think they're essential.
But don't you think, from both of you in this industry, don't you think we're being, from the parents' perspective and on this generation, do you think we have been embraced enough, or they're just not understanding?
No.
I think they're still new.
We're still new.
You're still new.
are
You guys are like
strangers.
you're like the contracts you're trying to give the vendors. You're less still
And
new.
we
like,
don't, and then the parents, the families don't care for you.
You know, there's a
yeah,
client
They're
that I
just
they don't
had.
even
strangers.
understand.
There's a client that I had, and there was a parent. I was trying to like explain to them what I do and stuff, because they came with the dad, and she was like, "Oh, but you know, Martha, my dad doesn't understand. Please, you need to come, get on board and explain to him." So I'm explaining to the dad. I'm like, "Oh,
We
this
do
and
this
this and this. This is what I do, and this and this." So he's like, "Hey, you're like a kunta kinte." I'm like, okay. He's like, "Oh, you're kunta kinte.
Yeah.
That is your role
Yes.
in this industry. That is all you do." He's like, "Oh, and for that amount of money."
I know.
I'm like, my dear, if I like properly break down
Yeah, what we do.
what I do, I've just given it to you in just. I've not given you like the proper summary
Yeah,
of
what I have to do.
what I have
That-
to do as an events
you-
planner. But I feel like they also, not only parents but the generation. Then they look at us with this thing of, you know, the times when a bride brings a planner on board and the parent is giving you this look of.
I couldn't even need that person.
Yes.
And
Ah,
look,
My
so
this
they
sisters,
have
my
been-
sisters, my sister could
your
do this.
sister can do this.
Yes.
Yes, no, not even that. That my sister can do this or that they do that. They're like, "Nano mwana ngamuto."
Oh yeah, the edge.
Anna Sohola. With that thing of, I don't know, they're just like putting you down,
Yeah.
and you know, they're not embracing. So you're looking at it in this of, should I really go on with this client? Should I keep pitching what I do, and then they'll get to understand, or it's just not my, you know, it's not
But
my
I think
client.
it's your duty now to start training people to understand the kind of things that you're doing. Also, when I started doing hair, people never really understood what I was doing.
I did. I trained, but then I had someone on board that I worked with. But then I think clients, I don't know if it's clients or if it's just the committee, they have this tendency of, I think it's, you also see it on ground as well. Where is Martha? It's Martha that we need on ground. Do you get what I mean? Because they're like, I booked Martha. How isn't Martha not on? How isn't Martha here?
Yeah.
But yet they don't know that Martha has gone to church to sort what is
Sort
happening,
something.
what
Yes,
is at
someone
church,
else,
and they've
yes.
left someone at the reception to sort, because that's her team. But in their minds, immediately what comes in that, but I booked Ziwa. Why isn't Ziwa here? But I have faith. Why isn't faith here? But now they're looking at it like, if they have faith, they don't know that faith has a team right behind
they
her
don't,
that is
yeah.
working with her. They don't know that Ziwa has a team, which they're not understanding with us. They're like, Martha is now not here. I don't think this is going to go well. They're complaining about something, so they're going to put the blame
On you.
on me
Yeah.
because I'm not at the venue. And they're like, Martha is not here, so this and this is not going to be right. So what is she going to do about it? Already there's a negative, you know,
But the
perspective
funny
about
thing
us.
is, the funny thing is, when you've just started, your clients at the first they always want you there. But then when you give them a good experience, when your team delivers, trust me, and then they recommend you. Because remember, our kind of business is word of mouth. So when they see that you've done something nice without you being available, trust me, the clients that will follow up will never ever have issues of you being on ground yourself. As long as you train your team properly and make sure like they deliver even beyond expectation. And then the good news is, I've noticed that these days, people that always join your team, they'll tend to deliver even more than you.
More than you,
Oh,
yeah.
more than the...
Yes.
Yeah, they get
and
more
I'm
invested
facing
than
this
you are.
problem. It's a good problem. I'm not complaining. My team always over delivers. They even deliver more than what I would have done. So now that's why all my clients, they never complain whenever they're with my people.
Does that go back to the training?
Of course, it goes back to the
Definitely
training.
the training. Yeah.
Definitely back to the training, because if
That's
they're going to
back to
deliver
the
more
training.
than
I feel
Yeah.
like you must train. And then also notice most business owners also have a problem of fearing to train, because when you train somebody,
they
people
need
won't run away.
delegating. Yeah.
People are scared of people running away
Running
after
away,
training
and
them.
Starting the
Does that
same
take
thing
you
they're
back
doing.
to competition? Does it go to that trend?
I
Not for
think
me.
it should be competition. I feel
No,
like
no,
everyone
to
has their
them,
own
those
niche.
others you have trained.
Those are cowards. But you're danger. I think you're just being a coward.
Oh,
Because we have.
But to me, that's what I'm looking at, because you've trained someone that
But
they're
you know how
looking
many
at it,
people, what's the
and
population
some of them
of
is
Uganda?
not competition. I feel like some of them look at it in this way of, I want to be like Faith.
Mm.
I want to be like.
Let me ask, how many people are in Uganda?
There's so many.
Almost 40 million people.
Yeah,
You cannot
you're going to have
work
to
on
go
over
through
40
like
million
10 people before you get the person that will
Yes,
stay.
thank you. High five. Yes.
Does it go back to jealousy?
We don't
envy?
care. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care anymore.
One thing about Ziwa is
No.
he doesn't care.
No, we don't care anymore about that, because you have to keep training. Because
And
let
your
me
brand,
give an example. If I train the person to learn how to be a stylist, like me, and then they know how to do it, and
That's
then
your
they
joy.
leave tomorrow.
Isn't that your joy?
Yes, it is, of course. But then also they leave tomorrow, and then I get a new person. Then because I have the fear that if I train you, you will also live like the person before you.
It
means when a
never
client
going to
comes
grow.
in, the client will get a terrible service. You understand? The new client that will come in will
And
get
I
a
feel like
terrible
it still
service.
gets back to you that if Faith trains someone and the person is doing a disservice to someone else, they feel like there's this thing of, she was in
Yeah.
Faith's training school. You know what I mean?
But
There's
for me,
Faith's
one
training
thing I
school
tell
there,
people,
so that
never
don't
fear.
keep.
No, never fear training people. Never fear. People will always
I think
come
it's
and
something
go.
I've also had to embrace.
You've
Like,
embraced
it's
it
okay.
as well.
Yeah, like
Yes.
it's okay to teach people, but it's also okay for them to grow outside of you. I mean, how else are you going to be impactful?
And
like
also remember,
to each one, you have to
remember the
reach
newer
someone.
people is cheaper than the older people. I shouldn't have
Where's
said
that?
that. I shouldn't
Yeah, you
have said
shouldn't have
that. I
said that.
shouldn't have said that. But the
But
truth
also, you
is,
stand a higher chance of discovering better talent if
Yes.
you keep training
Thank
and
you.
teaching.
Yes.
Like everyone has a period in your space.
Mm.
Don't get people to make them stay. They have
You are
to
just
grow
a
outside.
highway.
Yeah,
You're just a
You're just
highway.
yeah. You're just
So this is where this takes
Just
me.
a one stop. Yeah.
As we're talking about like training and all that, you guys that are in the beauty industry, it's still taking me back as a planner. I have seen. I don't want to generalize that we as planners, me as Ashaba, what I have seen in this industry, there's a lot of unhealthy competition. In this industry, not only in beauty industry, but just that both of you in the beauty industry, but you get to work together. You just make sure that everything is perfect. Because I've worked with both of you, and you never there's no time I have worked with both of you. Unless there's an emergency, you still communicate.
We are crying.
You still communicate. But
Yeah.
people that I've worked with, both of you in the beauty industry, so I do not know what advice could you give, or the viewers need to know what is causing this unhealthy competition that is going on in the industry. Not only beauty, it's also in like photography, caterers.
I think it's more of a money thing. Because let me tell you something. When you just started a business, to be honest, I feel like to have a business, you have to have a state. You should not have a mental mind. You need to have a bit of a kambulalu in you. Because you can't run a business in Uganda if you know. I am no more.
You're not sure.
Yes, I am. But what
So
I'm
I
saying
don't
is,
think you're
because to be honest, it's more of
have to be
you don't
daring.
look at the money part. You have to be daring. You have to be
Actually, I
aggressive.
also think it goes back to your passion.
Yes,
like
passion.
If you're passionate
And the
about what you're
arts.
doing, you don't care about who else is doing it. Like
Yeah.
no one is going to do it like you, and you're confident in the fact that you're the only one that will deliver the service exactly the way. Like no one else will do it the way you do
Totally
it.
agree.
Yeah, so you eliminate the competition around you.
And then I also notice that clients feel the passion. Like you
Yeah,
don't
they
have to
do, and they
say
say
it.
it as
They
well.
just enjoy it. You might have
Yes.
your icks about you, but clients will continue booking you because they can feel that you're
yeah.
enjoying what you're doing. And then also,
Never
but then also because you notice clients will book you. People will say, "Hey, again, we're doing it." But the moment then they enjoy what you're doing, they will continue to book you. Just do things because you enjoy what you're doing.
Don't do it because you're trying to compete with.
And also don't look for money. The competition is looking for money. For you, just
Yeah.
looking for fun.
What advice do you give to clients in regards to vendors?
To trust the vendors all the time. Like, but by the time, okay, that advice I would give them: always spend your money on somebody that you have chemistry with. That's the best advice I'd give them. Never ever pay for somebody just because they're famous, just because they want it, just
They
because
have followers.
Yes, pay somebody where you want your money to go. Because take a cent, or whatever. That's the best advice I'd give them. Your chemistry is important.
He has said it perfectly. Go with someone that you trust. Build the trust. Yeah. Don't just outsource a vendor because they're trending that day or that month, because they'll change. Like, go with someone that you have chemistry with, someone you can talk to, discuss something freely without
That your
having to
heart
hold
likes.
back. Yeah. You know, when you're like in the salon and you're scared of telling the hairstylist to change something. Yeah. I don't think you should put your money in a space where you cannot.
So in other words, even your clients can trust your employees.
Yeah.
Because you know there are clients that come in and they're like, I'm looking for Faith. I'm looking for Ziwa. So what
Remember-
advice can you give to such clients?
It is your money. Give it to someone that you want to give it to. The heart, if your heart tells you give it to this one, give it to that one. If your heart doesn't want that person, don't. Because remember, it's your money. Put it where you want it to be.
True.
Yeah.
So let's have some final remarks from Faith.
Martha, thank you for hosting us. Thank you for creating this
welcome.
space. I think we needed an outlet where you can actually, where you don't feel like you're alone in the business, well, in the industry. So it's nice to relate with other vendors and like get to know what's happening outside of our own little worlds.
True.
Yeah.
Thank
I've
you
had
so
fun
much.
as well.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
Thank you,
us.
Ziwa.
you,
Anything
T.
to the viewers?
Thank you for, not to you first. Thank you for being beautiful. Thank you for being beautiful. And congratulations on the wedding. I haven't said that in public yet. But then also, thank you very much for always trusting me and my team.
Please don't
and
change.
loving. I never change. When I get money, I'll change. When I become rich, I'll change. But right now, because I'm still in struggle, I'll not change. Nae, thank you very much. By the way, what you're doing is very nice. I thank you for having the passion. Always maintain it.
Thank you, Ziwa and Mrs. Tumwesije for showing up. Please, I need not to forget that. Please forgive me. But thank you so much for showing up. And our viewers, we can't wait for you to tune in onto the next episode. Please tune in next time. Thank you so much.